As the clock struck midnight, I found myself driving down a quiet, deserted road, the familiar hum of the engine providing a comforting soundtrack to the dark night. The moon hung high in the sky, casting an ethereal glow upon the world around me. Its pale light danced through the leaves of the trees that lined the road, creating haunting silhouettes that seemed to come alive in the stillness. Lost in my own thoughts, I contemplated the ups and downs of life, the worries and stresses that had been weighing me down. But in that moment, all of my troubles seemed to fade away, replaced by a sense of curiosity as a flicker of movement caught my eye. I turned my gaze towards the roadside, and there, perched on a gnarled tree branch, was a woman. Her figure was shrouded in a flowing white gown that billowed softly in the night breeze. I couldn't help but feel a mix of intrigue and concern. What was she doing out here alone at this hour? My foot instinctively eased off the accelerator, and my car gradually slowed to a stop by the side of the road. There was an inexplicable pull, urging me to investigate further, to find out who this mysterious woman was and why she had chosen this desolate place to perch. With cautious steps, I approached the tree. Moonlight bathed the scene, illuminating the woman's delicate features. Her skin seemed to glow, giving her an otherworldly radiance that both captivated and unnerved me. As I drew nearer, however, my fascination turned to shock and unease. Her legs, there was something terribly wrong with her legs. They began stretching before my eyes, growing longer and longer. It was as if they were made of elastic, defying the boundaries of human anatomy. The sight sent a shiver down my spine, and a knot of fear tightened in my stomach. I stood frozen in place, unable to tear my gaze away from this grotesque transformation. Her once beautiful legs took on a twisted appearance as they continued to elongate, contorting in unnatural ways. And then I noticed it, her feet. They were facing the wrong way, an unsettling sight that clashed with her angelic presence. A mix of horror and curiosity overwhelmed me, but as the woman turned her head toward me, her expression remained serene and calm. It was as if she was unaffected by the nightmarish transformation taking place before my eyes. It was a moment of surreal beauty and terror, an encounter with something beyond comprehension. Fear consumed me, and I stumbled backward, my mind racing with confusion and disbelief. The instinct to flee grew stronger with each passing second. I hurriedly retreated to my car, my heart pounding in my chest, and fumbled with the keys in my trembling hands. Finally, the engine roared to life, and I sped away from that terrifying scene. I left the twisted-legged woman behind, her haunting image forever etched in my memory. As I drove through the night, the darkness seemed to enclose around me, and I couldn't help but wonder what other supernatural horrors lay hidden, lurking just beyond our perception. That night served as a chilling reminder that there are mysteries in this world that should remain untouched, sights that are better left unseen. I couldn't shake the feeling that I had stumbled upon something beyond the realm of human understanding, a glimpse into a world of nightmares and inexplicable phenomena. As I reached the safety of my destination, I couldn't help but wonder about the countless others who might have encountered similar terrors. Were there more twisted-legged creatures lurking in the shadows, waiting to be discovered by unsuspecting souls like myself? It was a thought that sent a shiver down my spine. I have been living in the UAE for a long time now. As an Egyptian, I find it easy to communicate in Arabic and have easily adjusted to life in the UAE. One day, while driving from Dubai to Sharjah, I had to cross a desert. It was a pleasant day, the sun was setting down, and I had music blasting in the car. I was hoping to cross the desert late at night, so I had snacks and drinks packed in the back seat of the car. As I lit up a cigarette and started smoking, I noticed a horse running behind my car in the rearview mirror. I was startled to see the horse, and I wondered why a horse was running alone in the middle of the desert at night. I ignored it and kept driving, thinking that it might be a horse of any Arab prince that they keep for horse racing. As I glanced at the rearview mirror again, the horse was gone. I kept on driving and was getting drowsy when I looked at the left rearview mirror of my car and saw the same horse running behind my car. This time I got spooked and decided to stop at the next shop or gas station to ask about the horse. I drove for miles and finally saw a man standing beside a closed shop. The man had a stall of food and was sitting beside it. I got out of the car and walked up to him. "Hiya. Have you seen a horse around here?" I asked.
Hello? What kind of horse?
He asked me curiously. He was a brown Arabic horse with a long mane. I explained to him.
How fast was he running?
He asked again. "I don't know, brother. How am I supposed to measure his speed?" I snapped, annoyed at his questions.
How were his feet?
He cunningly asked again. He had big black hooves, and his legs were black from the bottom as well. I replied, growing more annoyed.
Big black hooves, you said?
He asked.
You mean? Like this?
Suddenly, he lifted up his long shirt, and I nearly fainted when I saw that he had the same horse hooves rather than feet. In an instant, he started levitating and shape-shifted into the same brown horse that was chasing my car. At that point, I couldn't understand anything, and I collapsed. When I woke up, I found myself in a police station. I asked about the horse from everyone around, but they got furious and called me crazy for asking about a levitating horse. They told me that I was standing in the middle of traffic on a busy road and was going to get hit if a policeman hadn't dragged me to the side. This was shocking for me as I had been driving in the desert, so how did I end up on a busy road in the city, and where was my car? I asked about my car, and the police told me that it was still sitting in the desert in the middle of nowhere. Exactly where I saw the man with hooves.